April 3rd, 2017. I came down to do some assessment for some new upgrades I'm going to do to the Ram pump system, just to improve its reliability and efficiency a little bit. And I just want to point out here where this 2-inch line comes from the spring vane and across through the pond, you'll notice there's a sag in that, and it goes lower and then it comes back up to come through the dam, because I didn't want to dig this dam down all the way, because I had already taken the backhoe back when I started laying pipe in here. So all my digging was by hand. So over time, that has collected some gunk in it, in the low point there, because I didn't follow the plumber's rule 101 and keep a constant slope across, because obviously it's a bit technically difficult to do that. The bottom of that pond is about 3 or 4 feet of deep muck, and I just wasn't going to try and go out there and set any kind of supportive post. I suppose I could fairly easily, but my solution actually, for now, just to flush the gunk out of the pipe to get my volume capacity back, having supply volume issues as I was messing with things, I just used an 1.5-inch pipe, wrapped it with some electrical tape, and plugged it to the end of the 2-inch. I did that to get the vertical drop here, which is about, it's probably about 5 or maybe 6 feet, and that gets enough suction on this line to get the velocity of flow up a bit, and that draws all that gunk through from the low point on out down the siphon, effectively a siphon, to the bucket. And so I'm purging the line that way. But let me talk about the upgrade that I'm going to make here. Let me get over to the standpipe, because that's the central point of the upgrade. So here we have the 2-inch line coming in from where I just was. You can see the siphon running here, going down into the bucket. I have the end of the line submerged in the bucket so it maintains vacuum and doesn't get an air bubble vein going back up, breaking the suction of the siphon. So I'm going to drop the elevation where this 2-inch comes in. I'm going to bring it down to about here, which is about 2 feet lower than where it currently is. I come into a 4-inch vertical PVC pipe as my new standpipe, and then come out of that into the 1.5. That'll give me a much better slope coming from the spring into the standpipe to initiate that first startup. That'll get rid of all the bubble issues that I've had with bubbles forming in this uneven slope along the pipeline. It makes a couple of elevation changes up and down. So that'll give you a nice fast suction effect coming into the standpipe. And also on the bottom of the standpipe, I'm going to put a 90, probably this one right here, and a plug, and I'll be able to flush out the standpipe. And from the top, I'm going to put another end cap on it with a screw-on plug, and then that way if I want to suction the whole line out and clean out that low point easily, I can just open the cap and it'll drop that whole 4-inch line and cause a heavy siphon draft, which will pull that stuff through. And I can also drop in a second screen filter down into that pipe and actually use the slower flowing water in the 4-inch pipe, as well as the screen as a filtration system, as a secondary filtration just before it goes into the Ram pump. So that'll give me several upgrades. Anyway, I'll show you that when I complete the upgrades. Thanks for watching the Pharmacy Seeds Network.